Access Media Group. Pivot, create, dominate. Be sure you like, share, subscribe for all future videos.
What's up, everybody? We are back. This is Mad Titan. This is Denver Broncos Rebuild, episode number Sim Edition. We are going through a rough division stretch right now. We play the Chargers, the Raiders, and the Chiefs back to back to back. So we need to go 2-0 the next game to keep our pace in the division and keep our standing in the division as well. Let's get into this advanced. Let's get to some practicing. Let's get some weekly training. Hopefully we have some skill points and some player upgrades today. But let's go to the battle through the AFC West. It is game time. We have another home game. It is a day game. In Power Field at Mile High, the Denver Broncos versus the Las Vegas Raiders. We have to play Geno Smith and Aston Genty. We welcome in the Las Vegas Raiders. But before we do that, let's get into our coaching menu. We have a breakout player today. Let's get into that. Let's do our weekly strategy. We're not going to allocate any coaching points yet until we crack 100. But once we crack 100, we will allocate those. But let's see who our DB breakout is. All right, we got a press conference about it. Okay. Chris Abrams seems to have improved a lot recently. How are you handling his development as a player? Day by day, very demanding, aggressively. We're handling it day by day. You know, he's playing his role. He has his situational role, but we're handling it day by day. We're taking it day by day. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Each practice, each game, we want to see him improve, and he's improved. Game play challenge. Get Chris Abrams drain 1 tackle for loss, 1 forced fumble, or a sack for a dev trait upgrade. Okay, so Chris Abrams drain, he needs to play a little bit more today. How do we accomplish that goal? For today, Chris Abrams drain will be getting the start at nickel cornerback today. We're gonna see if he can get his dev trait development by getting his 1 tackle for loss, his 1 sack, or his 1 forced fumble today. Let's see if Chris Abrams' drain can develop into his next trait. This just in. Riley Moss was injured in practice today. He suffered a groin injury, so he will not be playing today. That gives Chris Abrams' drain all the reps in nickelback, and that means Jahdae Barron will be playing starting outside corner number 2 opposite of PS2 today. Let's see how this young core can play today and develop, missing one of our key starters. Let's get into our weekly strategies for this week. We're going to keep developing our young players. Let's keep growing them. Let's keep supporting them. It's a long road to the end of the season. We are going to get into our Caleb Launer development story. You already know what this is. Mini game, red zone attack. Let's go. Caleb Launer, wide receiver battle, red zone attack. Let's get into it. All right, you already know with the rest of our guys, we are going to send out their training. We look to see what they do. Hopefully some guys get an upgrade point. We shall see. We have some players with some upgrades, so we're going to see who has some upgrade points. Who has an upgrade skill point? Caleb Launer. The Caleb Launer story continues. He has developed. He has gained another point. Let's go ahead and add it to his skill set. We're going to add the skill point to vertical thread, continue his development. He moves from a 65 to a 66 overall. Let's go. He has a +1 in ball carrier vision, +2 break tackle, +1 catching traffic, +1 catching, and +2 mid route. His next upgrade looks to be 3,929 XP. He has 727, so let's keep grinding, and hopefully we can get that within the next week or two. It has been announced that the Broncos will be wearing their classic uniforms today. We are excited. We have the matching hat for the game. We already know what's going on. We have to bounce back from that tough loss last week. Let's go. Let's get into this gameplay. Denver Broncos versus Raiders. Classic rivalry week. We wearing our alternate uniforms. Let's go.
It's week 5 of the National Football League. And up next, it's Bo Nix. He's currently 3rd in the NFL in passing yards. It's the Broncos and the Raiders. And it's coming up next on EA Sports.
We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. And hello again, everyone. Brandon Gordon alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, we look at this Bronco team. And losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
On the other
Yeah,
side,
let's go. It's game time. Broncos, Raiders, I'll see you guys on the other side.
So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. And they're led out by their mobile quarterback out of West Virginia. It's Geno Smith.
Now, the meeting we had with him this week, that's one of the briefer ones we've ever had, isn't it?
He wasn't too happy after last week.
Not happy. Really determined to play a whole lot better, and he really can't play a whole lot worse. He's got to go out and show the team that the goods that he exhibited early are still there. Otherwise, he could lose the confidence that they have in him.
And hoping to get rid of that interception bug. Throwing now is Geno. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. That's caught left side. Myers with it. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Ball on the 39. Here's the 2nd and 8. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. But you look at this Bronco defense. This unit 3rd best in the NFL in stopping the run.
I remember years ago spending time with a top defensive coordinator, and he said the #1 thing you have to do is hang your hat on something. Create your identity. This unit, they hang their hat on being stingy against the run.
14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the 1st down.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 44-yard line. Now Geno. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Geno now to throw. Short throw caught by Bowers. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Smith. That's to the sideline and incomplete. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. And that is no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. 2 sides to every coin. This is the bad side of missing the 58-yarder. Now they start at the 48. Here's Nix. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off, and he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. Certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles.
I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Short throw caught by Bowers. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. The numbers for him from a week ago: 6 catches, 75 yards, and a touchdown.
And you know what he did all week in preparation for this one? Hydrated.
Salivated.
Yes. Stretched. Dreamed. Going against...
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And get what you can. And the most underrated player on this play is the running back. Because even if he doesn't have the ball, he has to act like he does in order to attract the defense.
Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. The kick by Carlson is good. And the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. Now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big... Last week, they took one on the chin, but to me, this is a pretty resilient bunch. So I don't think they'll dwell too much on that loss. And they'll be looking to come out in this one and make amends right now.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at their 49-yard line.
On play action, here's Nix. And that is incomplete. Nearly intercepted. To throw is Nix. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Short throw caught by Bowers. Hands it off out of the gun. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside...
to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Smith. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Nick Benito coming in there to record the sack.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field,
Denver getting set to take the field. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they're punting it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. That's good, right? And we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you... And a powerful stiff arm. It frees him. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 19 yards there on the catch and run. And coming up.
Second and 10. At the Raiders 20.
Nix from the shotgun. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. They'll go play action with Nix. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away.
For bigger points down the road.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
The goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And I don't think he got there. Denver's offense now set to go. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
At the 24-yard line.
Operating from the gun, here's Nix. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Off the play fake, Nix. And this one into the hands of Ingram downfield. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of this offense, finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now it's Nix. He targets Ingram for another grab. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
Oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down.
False start.
Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. A false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. Off the play fake. Here's Nix. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Cortland Sutton, his 2nd touchdown. Las Vegas ready to take the field. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. Play action. It's Smith. He'll get the tight end Bowers involved there. Now Smith. That's to Bowers once again. And able to get this one across the 45. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. Raiders on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Smith now to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So here are the Broncos to take over on offense. They've got the lead here as they begin this drive, trying to get that bad taste out of their mouth from the loss last week to the LA Chargers. Throwing Nix. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Franklin. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
To throw, here's Nix. He completes this to Sutton. And he will have a Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Working out of the gun is Nix. A short throw to Ingram.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
At the 46-yard line.
Nix to the air. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 31-yard line. Again, he'll drop to throw. A short throw to Ingram. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
3rd and 4.
Back to throw again. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 14. Mims in motion right. They'll fake it on the jet sweep, but instead a handoff up the middle. He's going to get 4 out of this.
2nd and 6.
Here's Nix. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. Looking to throw. Nix. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And they'll rally and stop him short of the 1st down at about the 6. Now 3rd down and 7. Here's Smith. He finds his rookie wideout from Tennessee. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeout. The Broncos offense and Bo Nix getting set for this next possession. And he's had things all his way in this first half. The numbers sensational as he'll look to add to them with another drive here. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them.
To throw is Nix. A short throw to Ingram. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving.
receiver. So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now Gino. Over the middle, complete. That's Myers. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Gino now to throw. A short throw, and it's hauled in by Mayer. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And they will cut the lead back down to a touchdown now at 13-6. Denver with the Broncos leading this one. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. More from you and Charles in a bit. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here in the late window. We just watched a fine first half from the man from Oregon, Bo Nix. He has a touchdown pass, and that amounted to the only touchdown of the game for either team thus far. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half.
Return. The Broncos offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here. On play action, here's Nix. His throw incomplete. This defense tried to do its part, active hands on that play, but their offense hasn't given them much to work with.
So they're not going to worry about it. On their side of the ball, all they're concerned about, can they create some scoring opportunities and help out that offense?
Being checked, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down.
Well, partner, we know they came out.
Did excellent play, really setting the tone for this third quarter. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. These defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what do we use that kind of worked for us trying to change things up?
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Throws a quick hitter on the slant. That's complete. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Call. They're always hoping that's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground.
They'll try the air now with Smith. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Throwing now is Gino. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete. Good work by that Bronco defense, and it leads to a 4th down. Spots shifted him around and made him a real weapon in the passing game. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Throwing to start the drive. Nix. He's got him in, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 30. Plays like that lead me to believe that they found a diamond in the rough. Movement there on the offensive line, a little quick, and a 5-yard penalty.
Ball start, offense.
And they'll accept that penalty. A false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. Following the penalty, they'll go back to the run game. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Tough spot here. 3rd down and 11. Back to throw. Nix working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders 16. Off the bootleg, here's Nix. Flushed out right, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Buried behind the line by Christian Wilkins.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass. That's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. Single possession here, 16-9 as they come up 1st and 10. Now a quick throw out wide to Monty. And it's a fumble. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down.
I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. That'll bring out 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
With the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And a few little style points on the juke, but not much room to maneuver after that. Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They'll try again. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. A great play there with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos go up by 2 touchdowns. So the 2nd down run didn't work. They run it again on 3rd down and get in. I wasn't sure. 5 and up to the 28-yard line. Now the Vegas offense heading back out there. And they have had problems getting the running game in gear as we look through some of their attempts from earlier. They have just not been able to match the physicality that this defense has shown, and their lack of success on the ground is a direct reflection of that. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles, but they've got
Kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
To this quarter and the entire 4th remaining, so stranger things have happened.
Now it's Smith. And incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into.
from the gun. Here's Smith. Open man is Myers. Throwing again is Smith. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
Lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. This one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. Denver's offense ready to go again. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive. As they score here, especially a touchdown, it's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there in the game.
And now it's third down.
Brings up third down and 4.
Throwing Nix. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. They come to the line. They will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. It's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the fourth. To throw, here's Nix. He'll get that complete to Vele. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker.
I think if I'm up 2 scores, I'd be worried about an interception, but playing this way is what got them this lead. So you may as well ride it out to the end.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up fourth.
What a nice read and play by the defense.
Ready to take the field. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. 2 yards to go, second down. Now Smith. A short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer. A shotgun snap for Smith. Over the middle, it's complete. Play action, it's Smith. The quick throw knocked away, it's incomplete.
Or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Smith throwing again. And that'll be incomplete. Raiders on third down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This is 3rd and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage.
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. Nix to the air. Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 38-yard line.
Nix looking to throw again. That is caught by Vele. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he will have a Broncos first down.
Definitely was a great time to dial one up.
On the handoff, McLaughlin. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 3rd and 6. Here's Nix. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he will have a Broncos first down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
To throw is Nix. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Marvin Mims, 22 yards. And the Broncos are close. Offense now making their way toward the huddle. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. A short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer.
Because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays.
Now Gino. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a second down and 6. Well, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Brandon Jones picking it off. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. And here in the fourth quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your best shot. They'll come up facing 3rd and 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Looking to throw. Nix. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And he will have the Broncos first down by about a yard. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground.
I'm the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And when you break it down, you know, this
Let's
is
go, baby!
Performance.
Let's
And I truly
go.
thought that we'd have a tight game.
What
coming
a
into this.
win.
I think you felt the
Way
same way.
to
Based on our
bounce back
conversation after
from
the
a
production
division
meeting.
loss with a
Obviously
division
not
win.
the case.
The classic
How about
jerseys
just how it
were.
broke open?
What a game. Bo Nix bounced back from the interception. We also had a stellar performance off points off turnover. But let's get into the stats. Bo Nix had 343. He completed 77.1% of his passes today. Geno Smith was held to 203 yards passing on 69.2% completion. Our defense bounced back. We are gaining traction. Let's get into these overall stats, and then we'll get into the team stats at the end. Bo Nix went 37 for 48. His QB rating today was 94.3. Completion percentage was 77. Had 1 touchdown, had 1 interception. His long was 38. The average was 7.1 today. Let's get into this rushing room where RJ Harvey had 17 for 54, 3.1 on average, 1 touchdown today. He bounced back. Marvin Mims, our joker wide receiver, had 2 carries, 1 for a touchdown that went for a long of 22 yards today. Jaleel McLaughlin chipped in with 2 carries for 17 yards on 8.5 carries. Evan Ingram led the room today with 11 receptions. He had 124 yards. He had 11.2 on average. No touchdowns today, no drops. RJ Harvey contributed in the passing game as well. He had 10 receptions out the backfield for 32 yards, 3.2 on average. If we can get him to go about 5 to 10 on average, we got us a dual threat running back. Cortland Sutton had 5 catches today for 55 yards and a touchdown. He averaged 11 yards today. Bailey chipped in with 3 for 28, 9.3 on average. Troy Franklin chipped in with 2 today, 18 yards, 9.8 average. Marvin Mims had 2 catches today, 37 yards, 18.5 average. And here are the other guys that had 1 catch. Pat Bryant had 1 catch for 38 yards. That was a big catch today. Blocking was so-so. We sort of got tore up in the middle with Pegas and Wilkins. We sort of expected that, but we still held our own at the end of the day. Manners had 4 pancakes. Lewinsky had 4. We gave up 3 sacks from offensive line today. Let's get into the defensive side of the ball, where our team leader in solo tackles was Let's get into the defensive side of the ball, where our leading tackler today was Talanoa Hufanga, followed by Chris Abrams-Drain. He had 4. Dre Greenlaw had 3 today. Jade Barron had 3. Jonathan Cooper had 3. And Demary Mathis had 3 special teams tackles today. Singleton chipped in with 2. PS2 chipped in with 2. All the other guys chipped in with 1 today. Total tackles was led by Dre Greenlaw today, followed by Jade Barron with 9. We had 4 guys with 7, with Jones, Cooper, Sanders, and Abrams-Drain. We had 2 guys with 6, and Singleton and Sertan. We had 2 guys with 5, with Hugh Robinson and Hufanga. We had 1 with 4, with Benito. Mathis had 3. McMillan had 3. Let's see. Jaleel McLaughlin had 2. I don't know. Special teams, I guess. Jonathan Ellis had 2. Shout out to Jonathan Ellis, man. He continues the ball in rotation. Tackles for loss today. PS2 had 2 crucial tackles for loss today in the run game. Jonathan Ellis chipped in with 1. Jones, Benito, Greenlaw, and Sanders all had 1 tackle for loss. Sacks today. Benito had 1. We had a half sack with Ellis and Sanders today. Interceptions. Brandon Jones had the interception of the day to seal the game in the 4th quarter. It was an amazing interception. We love what we saw. Our defense is starting to shut down this passing attack from other people. We're starting to bond. We're starting to build chemistry. We like what we see. Shout out to Will Lutz today, who went 4 for 4 on field goals, 3 for 3 on extra points. That is 4 straight games with 100% in special teams. We can officially give Will Lutz his nickname back. This is his 4th straight game with 100% in field goals and extra points. Shout out to Will Lutz. Jeremy Kershaw had 4 punts, 197 yards, 49.2 average, 40.7 net today, 1 touchback. We have to get the accuracy up, Kershaw. I need that coffin corner kick, man. I need it. It's crucial for our special teams. Kick return today, Marvin Mims had 3 for 70, 23.3 on average with a long for 25. Sherfield Sr. chipped in with 1 for 20. Kick return, he had 2 returns for 3 yards, longer 2 yards today. What were the keys to the game today? We had 22 first downs. We had 408 yards of total offense. We had 93 rushing yards with 2 touchdowns. Averaged 4.4 yards to carry. 3rd down, we improved. We went back over 50% for 3rd down completion rates. We went 10 for 18 today with 55%. That is always key to keeping time of possession. We won the turnover battle today, but time of possession is key. We held the ball for 34 minutes, almost 34 and a half minutes today, so that is key to victory. All right, that concludes the end of the Broncos versus Raiders week. We are on to the next. We improved to 4-1. We will see you guys. Hopefully we have some player upgrades. Let's see what kind of coaching points we get this week. All right, today we earned 10 coaching points. We will stack those until we get 100, and then we will allocate them. Marvin Mims has earned 1 skill point today. He has had a stellar start to the season. Let's go ahead and upgrade him. Let's allocate it to a playmaker like he has been for us. He is a deep threat. He's a playmaker. He's a joker. He has, I mean, he just got 10 slots. He got +2 awareness, +1 vision, +1 carry, +2 catching traffic, +2 catch, +2 deep route, +1 mid route, +1 release, +1 short route, +1 spectacular catch. Now, if that isn't a joker, I don't know what you guys say a joker is. Marvin Mims, shout out to Marvin Mims. Let's keep growing. All right, we are going to check out our defensive back breakout. Let's see if we got the dev. Did Chris Abrams-Draine get the dev? Chris Abrams-Draine showed some flashes, but I'm not convinced he's taking the next step, but I feel like I need to see him do it again. Yeah, it's tough. Let's keep working with him, and hopefully that consistency will shine through. We did not get the sack, the tackle for loss, but Chris Abrams-Draine did have a spectacular pass coverage game today. He was able to cover Brock Bowers consistently. He had a couple of pass breakups, so if it had generated a pass breakup for Dev, he would have got it. So shout out to Chris Abrams-Draine. We're going to keep working with you in practice. We're going to keep building you some rotational reps, and we're going to keep working with you with your development, man. But he did earn 1,000 XP for his game performance today. So all is not lost. We didn't get the dev, but we got 1,000 XP to keep building overall. All right, that is the end of Raiders Week. We will see you on part 2. This is Mad Titan. This is Access Media Group. We're up out of here. We're 4-1. Classic Raiders Week was a success. We beat them 33-12. What's up, everybody? We are back for part 2 of episode 5. This is Division Week. We are in a 3-game stretch versus our division. We are looking to go 2-1 to stay on top of our division. We are matching up with the Kansas City Chiefs, who are also 4-1. So this is for supremacy of the AFC West. Now for this week, let's get into it. We also have a storyline with mentoring, so we'll check that out and see the games of Savion Jones hanging out and being mentored by Zach Allen. We will also get into our weekly strategy. We're almost there to where we can allocate some points for our coaches, but we are looking to get to 100 instead of 50. All right, storylines. Let's get into the mentoring storyline. Let's see the progression of Savion Jones with Zach Allen. How is it going for these guys? Coach got a quick update. Mentoring, love it. They made solid progress. Some of it is personal classes, but overall, things is going okay. I'll check back in a few weeks. Personality clashes, 2,000 XP, we'll take it. We will take the 2,000 XP. All right, let's get into weekly strategies. You already know what time it is. It is Caleb Launer development time. Let's go. All right, we are into another week of the development of Caleb Launer. So far, we have taken him from a 64 to a 66 overall. He has gained 2 skill points. We're looking for his 3rd. His progression has been good. He's gotten some reps, in-game reps, so he has made some good in-game catches. So we look forward to his further progression. That is the end of weekly training. We're going to send this out. We're going to keep developing our young guys. Now, if there's anybody that you guys want to see us develop, comment, share, like, send a smoke signal, something, let us know, and we will add him to our 6. We have 2 slots on offense, and we have 3 on defense, because Caleb Launer is a all-around, all-season project for us. But let's get into the sim. We'll see you guys on the other side of this. All right, after the weekly training sim, we did get some upgraded players. Let's check those guys out. Let's see who got some skill points. Savion Jones has went up 1 skill point. He is a 72 overall. He will move up to a 73 pass rusher scheme fit. Let's see, he got a +2 power move. He goes up 73, stays 71 across the board on run stopper and speed rusher. Next up is J.L. Skinner. This is my defensive project guy. We're probably going to do some Caleb Lawner things with him coming up here soon. But we wanted to see J.L. Skinner progress. We have a position for him. We want him to play that sub linebacker guy. We feel like he's big enough, strong enough, fast enough to stop the run and cover some tight ends and cover a slot wide receiver if need be. Let's continue to develop J.L. Skinner. We believe in you, man. All right, he's a 67 overall. He will go up to a matter of fact. I want to develop him as a hybrid. So we will use his points for hybrid because that usually gives your defensive player, your safety, the most points and keeps them in your scheme fit. You go a +1 awareness, +1 man coverage, +1 play recognition, +1 pursuit, tackle, and zone coverage. He is now a 69 overall, pushing 70. Let's go. Sunday Night Football. It's prime time. It's the Denver Broncos versus the Kansas City Chiefs. We're both 4-1. I'll see you inside Arrowhead Stadium. Let's go.
It's week 6 of the National Football League. And up next, it's Bo Nix. He's your top dog in the league this season, ranking first in passing yards. It's the Broncos and the Chiefs on Sunday Night Primetime.
From one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City.
Yeah! We here!
Again, everybody,
Denver Broncos, we invade Arrowhead Stadium. It's Sunday Night Football. We have great commentary with Charles Davis. I'm excited. I'm ready for this game. Let's go!
For the visiting Broncos, they've come in on a time to see what Patrick Mahomes can do here with his first possession. The quarterback out of Texas Tech getting set to lead this KC Chiefs offense.
And he's been playing at an elite level here in this early half of the season. Tops in the league in touchdown passes at this point. This is definitely a wide open offense, so we'll see if he can keep his string of good games going right here.
He'll start the drive here with Pacheco. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now third down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Mahomes now to throw. And the Broncos get there and take him down. John Franklin Myers, the one in there to drop it. Here are the Broncos for their first drive of the game. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
And he's playing at a very high level here in this early part of the season. In fact, he leads the NFL in passing yards. Now, that's not always an indicator of success, but in his case, it is.
Nix from the shotgun. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other, a gain of 6. For Sutton, the receiving numbers from last week's game. 5 catches, 55 yards, and a touchdown.
And I get the feeling that he loves this matchup. I mean, the unit he's going against is in the bottom half of the league against the pass. He had to have circled this one on the schedule and said to himself, this should be a big game.
First catch so far for the man who led the NFL coming into the weekend. He's got a first down. First carry now for Jaleel McLaughlin. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. You talk about this Chiefs defense. Into this game, they're ranked number 22 in the NFL against the pass, Charles.
And the easy thought process is that stopping the run is the least of their problems because they're facing the #1 passing team in the NFL. But if they don't stop the run as well, then that just opens up the passing game even more. They've got to do both.
A yard all they need, but it's third down. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So they'll say no to the 50-yard field goal try. Instead, the offense out there, they're going for it. They'll go for it. Here's Nix. He's got his target. That's complete. And the decision to go for it looks like a smart one. Mims in motion right. Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Tackled by Christian Fulton. So from the 17, here's 2nd and 7. They'll go play action with Nix. An off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
And here you're down in the red zone. You need to be smart, not force anything. So that's a wise decision to just get rid of the football.
To throw is Nix. And he fires one, but incomplete.
I can assure you, setting up the screen is much more difficult than it appears. It requires excellent timing from everyone on the offense, and a defense's #1 goal is to throw that timing off.
The kick by Lutz is good. The Chiefs offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. And he's putting together a very strong first half of the season. Currently the NFL's leader in touchdown passes. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Looking middle, and that's complete. It's the first time that they've looked his way. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. And this pass caught by Gray. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. To throw, it's Mahomes. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. And the Broncos are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do.
Here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. Nix to the air. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49. A gain of just 2. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. Running back can provide a lot more of in the future.
He made it look easy, didn't he? Picking up that first down. Some have described him as a diamond in the rough with a lot of polish, nice little buffing. This guy could be one of the top backs going forward.
Now the ball comes loose, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. Well, he's not the starter coming in, getting his first carry off the bench. That's not the way to earn more carries.
You have to stay in the game, even if you're not on the field, right?
This is a crew that you have have to think, really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. To throw, here's Nix. A short one to the tight end, Troutman. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Straight ahead, Estime. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line.
He nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
Throwing Nix. A throw on the run, but that's the Chiefs offense. They get ready to head on the field. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest. You get a chance to heal. 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done, because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Mahomes going to throw. He'll get this complete to Worthy. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. The Broncos take over, first down and 10. And the football going back over to the Denver Broncos. And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls, because these are the top 2 teams right now in that division.
And if you can build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season,
you go in the win over Washington.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open.
And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Take those rankings, throw them right out the window, because this is what you prepare for. This is what you practice for. This is what you think about. The ultimate test, taking out the #1 overall offense in the league.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. And this pass broken up. Now the contact well timed there, and now 4th down. Starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll get it down to the 47 here.
I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Broncos football as they've got it with 2nd down and less than a yard. Now it's Nix. On the slant, completes to Sutton.
Advantage having a elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 23.
Defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He completes this to Sutton. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short.
To the receiver as fast as possible. Hope he's got man-to-man coverage and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to 4th down. Remember, that was less than a yard. That was not a full yard. That defense, they were having none of it.
Yeah, the surge offensive line was seeking actually occurred.
The Chiefs offense and Patrick Mahomes headed back onto the field. And he's in the midst of a very solid season, currently 2nd in the NFL in passing yards. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They'll be in search of their initial points in the contest, trailing 9-0 as they begin with a first down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
As that throw arrived, tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Throwing now is Mahomes, and that's off the mark, incomplete.
Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
Now here's Mahomes. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. And that will make this a 16-point lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get it.
First and 10 at the 40.
Now Mahomes. That ball caught. It's Rice. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Rashee Rice, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Maybe that is the boost that this offense needed.
They've done nothing the entire half, but out of the blue comes this big shot here. You're exactly right. Like a dunk.
And coming out now, the Broncos. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But also have to remember, they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
At the 30-yard line.
Operating from the gun, here's Nix. We'll get that complete to Vele. The offense on 3rd down today, a pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Here's a give up the middle. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play. The Chiefs offense and Rashee Rice headed back onto the field. And seemingly every time they've looked his way in this first half, it has resulted in a big play, as borne out by the numbers. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles'.
They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And able to get this one across the 45.
City Chiefs, first down.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. That's complete. Left side to Worthy. And down he goes at the 45.
At the 45-yard line.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. That is incomplete.
Well, it hasn't been a banner first half.
In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. Mahomes now to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Here's 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Here's Mahomes to throw. That's caught left side by the tight end, Gray. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. So he stopped for no gain. 3rd and 7 now. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7.
Well, someone is certainly having a big game.
A 55-yard attempt.
And he missed it. It's no good. And they'll remain 2 scores back as this holds at a 9-point advantage.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme.
Be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7. At their 48-yard line.
Back to throw. Nix. And he's got his man in stride. Complete.
Lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Call it a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now. The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer this time,
closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
And a nice pickup as this one gets him to the 10-yard line. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. To throw, it's Mahomes. Throw left side, complete. That's Gray. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. That one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete.
But the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
To throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. Pacheco gets it up the gut. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. As they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, usually bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 15. And in this case, that's a big play.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up
Working from the gun, Mahomes. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Rice. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. That one caught by Rice. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Mahomes going to throw. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 more on that one and another 1st down. In motion goes the tight end.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Short throw hauled in by Kelsey. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that will bring up 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. Butker's kick here is good. And the deficit trimmed to 6 now at 16-10. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one possession. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it? That's caught inside the 20. And this will set them up nicely deep down in KC territory. So we come upon halftime with the visiting Broncos taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, but we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side could play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
Okay. Broncos offense and Bo Nix getting set for this next possession. And he's an early front-runner for MVP in the NFL here in the first half of the season. As you can see, he's a league leader in passing yards at this stage of the game. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year.
If you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And it's been a rough night at the office for him. He's been more of a liability than an asset throughout the contest. And this offense is having a hard time overcoming his struggles to this point. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. He'll look to throw. That'll be caught by Rice. So it's a gain of 12 there on the reception. In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. They'll try for the first with Pacheco. Trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Now they struggled. The Broncos offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. Nix to the air. A short throw to Ingram. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27.
This game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always...
From the 20, here's 2nd and 4. To throw, here's Nix. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. A 6-yard pass.
3 tight ends in that formation, that's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line.
And will be intercepted. It's Joshua Williams with a pick. And the Chiefs are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say? He doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Looking to throw is Mahomes. This will be caught by Brown. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just help receivers find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they...
Mahomes to throw once more. This will be caught once again by Brown. And they'll get this down to the 10.
First down and goal to go.
Now here's Mahomes. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Travis Kelce from 10 yards out. And the Chiefs are back within a score.
A good tight end is a heck of a weapon for any quarterback, especially when you're able to create some mismatches. Sometimes they work against a linebacker, sometimes they work against a smaller defensive back. But when they find it, they go to it, and it often...
Visitors offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. That one to the sideline, and a nice catch there. He stays in bounds, but a penalty marker is down as well. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Throwing Nix. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. On the give, it's Estime. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
You see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he gets the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 24. Off the play fake, here's Nix. They'll roll him out, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. That's George Karlaftis, who fought his way through the line to bury him.
Well, Parker, I would say just avoid play action, but that's not just been the problem. This defense, they've been getting pressure on all types of pass plays and really piling up the sacks in this contest.
Looks to the sideline and has Mims, who makes a catch. First down, here's Estime. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great effort there. His 1st rushing touchdown on the year. This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense rolling right now. Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive. So we'll see if they can shake the rust off. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. We're back now in KC. It's the Chiefs with a football, but with work to do on the scoreboard. They trail as we start quarter number 4. On play action, it's Mahomes.
I think the defenders have to feel pretty good, even though the ball was tipped in the air and couldn't become
Now it's Mahomes again. Over the middle, complete. It's Brown. And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the first down. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that's going to make it 4th down. They'll run for it with Pacheco. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 45-yard line.
Throwing now is Mahomes. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Now Mahomes. And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover. And you know that they are in 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. Here's Nix. He'll connect on the out route with Ingram.
At the 47-yard line.
To throw is Nix. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Looking to throw. Nix. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Broncos first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. Here comes Estime. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. And he will have a Broncos first down. They'll try the left side with Estime. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. Bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Back to throw. Nix. That is caught. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. Good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try it with Estime. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. A great play there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Broncos are looking to run it to 5-1 on the season. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish.
At the 42-yard line.
They'll motion the tight end across the formation. Here's Mahomes to throw. It's Kelsey on the ground. From midfield, here's Mahomes. This is caught. It's Brown. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Mahomes going to throw. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. 2. Now a 2nd and 2.
At the 14-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. And Xavier Worthy, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Well, he's going to be getting the football back as quickly as possible.
And the Broncos are going to get the football. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
Whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
They'll start out here with the option left. Oh, and that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 75 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries. Their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a...
Kelsey's going to have a Chiefs first down as he'll get this up past the 45.
That's good for a Kansas City Chiefs first down.
They're going to look to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Rice. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
A gain of 12 yards.
And again, it's Mahomes. Able to find Gray here. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. One final try for Mahomes. And he's going to be taken down. One final shot. They'll look to throw. One last shot at the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. And by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for Denver, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Philly to take on the Eagles. Meanwhile, for Kansas.
What's up, everybody? We are back, and the Denver Broncos take care of business in Kansas City as we win 21-24. It was a complete team victory all around. Let's go over some quarterback stats. Patrick Mahomes had 427 yards on 37.1% completion with 3 touchdowns. Bo Nix had 357 on 78.4 completions with 1 touchdown. Let's get into the players' stats. Let's go. Bo Nix had a quarterback rating of 104.6. He had 29 completions on 37 attempts for 357 through the air, 78% completion. He has another game with an interception. That's 6 straight games with an interception. We definitely have to clean that up. Other than that, his completion percentage is off the charts. We're just going to continue to build his awareness. He's got to check down in certain situations, and he'll grow. He'll get better. He'll grow. R.J. Harvey bounced back today. R.J. Harvey bounced back today with 19 carries for 78 yards, 4.1 on average, had 2 broken tackles, 24 yards after the contact, and his long was 13. Let's talk about Project Estimate. Project Estimate had 10 carries today for 44 yards, 4.4 on the ground, and he had 2 touchdowns, making it his 2 touchdowns for the season. Jaleel McLaughlin had 2 for 2. We had to sub him out. We didn't feel like he fit the rotation for today. It was more of a power scheme, so we just kept him in shotgun formations. Bo Nix had the lone run for 12 yards today. It was pretty fun to watch Bo Nix on an option read, but he has the wheels when he needs them. Let's go to the wide receiver room, where Everett Ingram led the Denver Broncos with 7 receptions for 55 yards, 7.8 average. He had 12 yards after contact, averaging 1.7. His long was 18 today. Cortland Sutton had 6 catches for 67 yards, an average of 11.1 today. Devon Bailey had 4 catches for 70 yards, 17.5 average. Marvin Mims had 3 catches for 32, 10.6 average. Bryant had 2 for 8. Adam Trautman had 2 for 29. Harvey had 2 for 10. We're probably gonna have to get him a little bit more reps because he's starting to show that he can be explosive. He had 1 catch today for 73 yards and a touchdown. Shout out to Troy Franklin. Continue to develop. We believe in you. We're going to get you some more reps. I promise. Blocking today, we gave up 3 sacks for Powers, McGlinchey, and Myers. Leaders in pancakes were Waterberg and Powers. McGlinchey had 2. The rest of the guys had 1. Let's get to the defensive side of the ball, where Drake Greenlaw led the team with 6 solo tackles today, followed by Drew Sanders, Brandon Jones with 5. Jonathan Cooper had 4. Singleton, Chris Abrams, Drain, Ufunga, and Franklin Myers had 2, and the rest of these guys had 1. It looks like some were special teams tackles. Total tackles today was led by Dre Greenlaw with 13, Chris Abrams, Drain with 12, Drew Sanders with 12, Brandon Jones with 11, Ufunga with 6, Cooper with 5, Singleton with 4, Robinson with 4, Sertan with 3, Barron with 2, Locke with 2, Jones with 2, Franklin Myers with 2, and the rest of the guys had 1. Tackles for loss was led by John Franklin Myers and Associates. The law firm of John Franklin Myers and Allen, they're showing that they are a terror in the interior. Just keep doing your thing and keep building. Get that payday. Jonathan Cooper had 1, Alex Singleton had 1, Chris Abrams-Drain had 1, Dre Greenlaw had 1. Sacks today. John Franklin Myers had 2 sacks today, followed by Jonathan Cooper, and our nickel specialist who's filling in for the injured Riley Moss, who's day-to-day. He might come back next week. We don't know. We'll keep you guys updated after we send him. But he had 1 sack today. Interceptions was led by Chris Abrams-Drain, showing that he can be that utility star guy, step in the role so Barron can step into his outside corner role until Riley Moss is healthy. He had an interception, a sack today, and 2 pass deflections, along with 12 total tackles, 2 solo, and 10 assists. What a day. Dre Greenlaw had an interception. That makes it, I'm not sure how many for the season. I think that's 3 or 4 for the season. Patrick Surtain had his patented 4th quarter interception where he just makes you lose all hope and lets you know that the game is over. Leaders in pass deflections was Dre Greenlaw with 3, Chris Abrams-Drain with 1, the rest of the guys had 1. No forced fumbles today, no fumble recoveries, no blocks, no safeties. Chris Abrams-Drain's interception was also a pick 6. So, pick 6, 2 pass deflection, 10 total tackles, a sack. I mean, what more do you want from the guy? And his sack counts as a tackle for loss as well. So what more do you want from Cat? He literally showed you that he is a Swiss Army knife guy. We're going to continue to develop him. I think we have a lineup for the future. Riley Moss, get healthy guy, but until then, we got your back. Will Lutz continues his perfect streak, going 4 for 4 on field goals and 3 for 3 on extra points. Kershaw, let's talk about it. We talked about it last week. We got in his ear. We did some extra training with him. We did some practicing with him. He's starting to understand it. Go for the power accuracy. He nailed a kick that pinned the Chiefs on the 2-yard line in a crucial situation today. He had 3 punts for 146 yards today, averaging 48.6 with a 46.0 net. He had 1 inside the 20 that landed on the 2. Shout out to Jeremy Kershaw. That is my Aussie. That is my mate. We are going to get Foster's Australian for beer after this. I promise. Alright, let's get into kick returns, where Sherfield had 2 for 54. His long was 32. Marvin Mims had 1 for 20. And Bruton had a onside kick recovery. Punt return, we had 1 punt return for 1 yard, long 1 yard. Let's go. Alright, that is it for the stats. Let's get into the end of the game. Maybe we have some media questions. Maybe we have some player upgrades. I'll see you guys on the other side. Great win, Denver Broncos. We earned another 10 points for our coaches. We're going to stack that. Let's see if we can get like a 20-30 next week, so we can get to closer to that 100. Let's get there. We're fine-tuning this offense, this defense, and I feel like we have some good chemistry now. That's the end of this episode. This is part 2 of episode 5. We lasted through the first round of our divisional games. We went 2-1 in divisional play so far. So we continue that. We will stay on top of our division. We are 5-1. We are battling for one of the top seeds of the AFC right now. As you can check the standings, it is a dog fight. So we will see you guys on the next episode. Week 8. After week 8, we will go over season stats. We will see who the top leaders is in the NFL at the halfway mark. All right, this is Mad Titan, Access Media, and we out. We'll see you guys for episode 6, the Philadelphia Eagles and the Green Bay Packers, as we journey through the NFC.
Access Media Group. Pivot, create, dominate. Be sure you like, share, subscribe for all future videos.